you ready to go yet, or what?
Almost. Just give me one more second. Oh my god, I'm almost done.
What a mess.
Ah, we're super tight. Oh, I'm Ender Day Guy.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ender Day Guy.
Yeah, I come around at the end of the day. Hello everybody, Scott here from the Dirt Chimps, host of the annual Adventure Bike Gathering, and what I'm taking you through is, oh, well, it used to be one of our trails. Hey, it happens. This is probably part of a bigger fire guard around town, and there are other trails. So one of the things I'm just going to talk about while I'm taking you on a little ride here is that this year's Adventure Bike Gathering event, all the tracks are going to be available exclusively through that Moto app. And there's going to be a window of availability of like a day or two before to a day or two after, and then poof, they're going to be gone. So you're going to need to use that Moto app if you plan to be a leader or you plan to take out a little group on your own. It's free, it's fine, you just got to get the app. Hang on a sec here. I'm actually out right now seeing if one of the routes can even be done anymore. Part of the reason that we're developing that Moto app is for event hosts to conditionally make tracks available to people attending their events within a window. So this isn't a paid event, this is a free event, but what we're working towards is that if you register for an event that is paid, an administrator can say, yeah, sure, give this person access to the tracks, and they will appear in that person's phone for within the time window that that event organizer wants to have them there. One of the great reasons for this approach is, well, our tracks change every year. You're seeing evidence of it right now live. I had to find a different way down here because I couldn't go through the cut block. So any GPS tracks you might have from previous years of the Adventure Bike Gathering are really kind of garbage. Gronk and I just finished fixing Sancho's Revenge. It's been dead for a couple years. We redid it. It's awesome. I'm thrilled that it's back in your hands, but if you're following the old tracks, you're not going to make it. It's brutal. There are fire guards that went right through. The dirt has turned to dust. There's debris everywhere. It's an untrail. So the GPS exchange and TMA allows route creators and event organizers to update and change things, and everyone's phone just automatically gets it. It's done. It's perfect. It's really cool, actually. This bike I'm on right now is scrappy. It's a KTM 790. I haven't been riding it much lately because it's been at the doctor's office, but what a riot this thing is. I now have a 450, a 690, and a 790. I couldn't tell you just how different those bikes are. Like, they're impossibly different. Yet they all go the same places and all put a big smile on my face. Alright, here we are on Upper Flow, headed over to Olaf Berserker, the chute that goes straight down. Let's see if we can get through. This bike has a very tall seat height. It's got two things going. Let's see, let's look ahead here and make a plan. Because I'm by myself, I'm not going to cross that. If the bike falls over on me and that stuff, it's going to be bad, bad, bad. I think I can go up and around. Go take a look. You're looking a little pokey for me. Yeah, the two things I have going against me here are really tall suspension. I'm using the Valley seat, this thing, which is another inch tall. So it's 2 inches taller than an 890. Oh, this is not looking good, kids. I do have a saw. I'll take care of what I can and make this open. that someone with a better saw will come along, like a power saw, and open up the actual trail, or it'll just evolve into this. It's 35 degrees, perfect time to be pulling out the handsaw. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, a path has been made. Two things came to mind that I wanted to tell you about. One, you might have seen this before. If you have a 790 or 890, take off these side panels. You got a nice frame exposed. Silky saw goes in there just great. Mine's been in there for 3 years. It's always with me. It gets used all the time, and it's that easy. It's never fallen out. Two, I never thought I'd be saying this. This is a jacket. It's 35 degrees out right now, by the way. It's got armor built into it, but this whole thing, I can see the light right through it. Look at it. See the light right through the jacket, right through the armor, everything. It is one big mesh suit. I was out with Gronk this morning. We did Sancho's Revenge. I was wearing my component armor, also Leot, big, huge, heavy, you know, makes me look like a football player, and a shirt. And it was hotter than this. And this, I feel really protected. The only thing I'm wearing in addition to the jacket is a kidney belt, because I like to have my tummy all protected. A couple of my friends have picked up these jackets. They said, Scott, really, you got that jacket. Really, what do you think? And I said, it's unbelievable. And it is. Whoa. It's still stupid hot out. Okay, this is a risky move. Okay, let's carry on. Yeah, really, when I started the camera, I just wanted to make the point that this year's Adventure Bike Gathering is going to be entirely based out of that moto app. If you have no plans to lead, or you don't even care where you are, you just want to follow, it doesn't affect you in any way. But it's so easy. It's way easier than trying to figure out your Garmin and importing stuff into that. All you gotta do is push a button and say, yeah, I want this track, this track, this track. It automatically synchronizes to your phone. And at the end of each day, we're going to be asking people to submit the reviews of each route too. Out of 5, what'd you like, what didn't you like? I think it's great to get feedback from the community on a route. So this is a single track, but it's really only a difficulty 2. But if I get up to Olaf Berserker, the big chute that goes straight down, we have to call that a 3. And even then, I'm reluctant to send people on it because they just go too fast. Once you pick up speed, there's no getting rid of it. And I've watched too many people go way too fast. And it scares me. Okay, we're gonna get to go down Olaf Berserker, good. So, in order to stay safe on this, do not pick up speed. Do what Chris Birch would tell you if you take one of his courses. Get in the back seat. Your bum's gonna hang like an inch over the seat, as far back as possible. Use as much rear brake as possible. There's a big route here, it's a little scary, don't let that throw you off. Do not pick up speed. You're gonna be going fast enough. This is fast enough. Look at all these big trees. Hit one of those, it's gonna be bad. There, it was that easy. So please, try not to scare the crap out of Scott. Go nice and slow down Olaf Berserker. So I'm recording where I'm riding right now for 2 reasons. One, I just like having all my rides in my journal. It's cool. Everywhere I take a picture, it's geotagged. I can look it up later, I can share it with my buddies, other people can look at it. Ooh, look, there's Vernon, how pretty, Cow Lake. The other thing is, it gets really easy to share it too, so I'm actually going to be sharing this route as part of the Adventure Bike Gathering. So this will be Olaf Berserker, so upper flow, Olaf Berserker, lower flow, power line, and I think we'll do Rooty McRockface. Classic. I've got traction control turned way up to 7 and I'm in street throttle. It's a really nice combination. Doesn't let it get too squirrely, but I've also got the throttle response. It's a lot of fun. It's not rally throttle, which is pretty cuckoo on this bike. This would be a less tiring alternative. This has some spicy lines in it. This whole route will be a 3. Going down Olaf Berserker is a bit of a handful, and so is this. I'll let you know what I'm talking about when I get there. There are like 3 different options up top. None of them are good. Let's see which one I feel like taking today. I'm gonna get down into first. I'm gonna go far left. This might be the best of them all. See the huge route? All of them have some sort of huge route. If you know where to go, it's fine, but if you're from out of town, you're just not gonna know. Let's stop here in the shade for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my phone. Okay, this is TMA mobile in stats right now. I'm going to my map. Just a quick orientation, plus minus to change your zoom, or you could do the thumb thing. You could pause your track, take a picture, go to settings, go home. There's a whole bunch of stuff under the waffle here. And truthfully, all this is going to change in the next couple of weeks, but the principles will be the same. Right now, the dotted line, that's where I've been. I went down and back, so the dots filled themselves in there. And then we're seeing all the other trails in the system. If you're out here following this trail or another one, what you can do is you can say, highlight this trail, and it'll make it really fat. So you'll see where you are. It'll retain its color, whatever it might be for difficulty rating, and it'll get fatter, so it's easier for you to cruise along. And then when you get to intersections, it's good because you can see the other trails, but you can also see yours, and it's very clear which one it is you want to stay on. Have you guys ever heard this before? There's actually a really scary video on YouTube. It's so hot, the air inside my tank has expanded. It can't escape fast enough, so it's whistling. And the video I saw, someone opened it and it was a geyser of gasoline. Oh my God. How scary is that? For those of you coming this year who are either really skilled or on smaller bikes than this, like dual sports, we have a lot more for you. Well, we've always had lots of trails, but actual mapped out routes. So Mike Hall and I have been riding a lot and mapping out a bunch of D4s, which is such a happy place for a dual sport where there's a good pilot, or a big bike like this where there's a pilot that's better than me. I kind of hit the wall at D4s, like an easy D4 I can do. A hard D4, I wish I wasn't even there. This is a good solid D3. And once you know that the McRockface is actually really fine, I've never seen anyone have a problem with it. It's just fun. Okay, a little bit of a tricky section coming up here. Gonna look ahead, keep a bit of momentum. Don't worry about the big roots, your bike will just go over them. You don't think about it too much. Shark tooth rocks, they're not moving anywhere, they're just traction for you. Okay, we're coming up on the McRockface. So, there's an easy way down the left. I'll stop, I remembered. So, to my left, easy, just walk it. Let's go check it out for yourself. If you're coming up, that's the way I'd go on a really big bike. We're gonna do the McRockface. If you get over to the McRockface, you're like, no way, man. You can back your bike down here, or there's a much easier one to the right of me right now. But here we go. Whoa! Nice. Gronk and I were chatting this morning about the vibe that we try to have with the adventure bike gathering, and that is that we can try hard things as long as you're not putting yourself at risk. It's a really safe place to do that. Now, we wouldn't want you to just go full send up Rooty McRockface if you're not ready for that, but I'm talking about like log crossings and some of the more technical terrain. Come out, you got a wicked support group, and if we got to get a 1090 over a big log, let's do it the right way. Let's do it like the slowest way possible with people on each side. Do it gracefully, super safely. That's what we can do here. And we've got techniques for getting big bikes over logs, and we like to share those and learn from the people who come as well. So it's not about pulling out the stops, going extra hard. It's actually the opposite of that. You're doing hard things. But I'd say, like, basically, how slow can you do it? How smoothly, and with the assistance, or at least the safety blanket of other people, even helping you get over an obstacle. Just standing there, ready to catch you if you start to fall over. You can still do it. Just do it in a really safe way. Okay, I'm thinking right now. Thinking. That way is really fun. It's a higher 3. It's really tight, and it's hard with these big bikes to turn them, and there's a couple of really big roots, like roots. I'm gonna go out this way. If you happen to be here and you're like, man, I'm gonna go try that thing that Scott was talking about, if you just happen to remember, here, look around, this is what it looks like. There. To the right is a lot of fun, but I'm trying to make an official track here. So I'm gonna go down here and back to the lookout. We'll figure out what to do next. Okay, let's pull into our big lookout here. The first single track I hit at the very beginning of this video was actually right there. So we've kind of gone full circle. In the brief moment that it took to get here, I decided make this the end of the route. So if you're out here and you just want like D3, you know, I'm not so sure, maybe I've only done 1 or 2, do this one. If that hill doesn't make you terrified. And then if you want, you can just go into TMA, you know, you guys can definitely grab more. But if I make it too big, then you might, you know, I might be setting you up for failure. So I hope you enjoyed this route. It's going to be available through the GPS exchange, just as the people who come to the Adventure Bike Gathering and within that time window. So I hope to see you then.